Okay, in the last tutorial we learned how to draw simple books or simple 3D shape from create, geometry and standard primitive menu. So basically we learned how to draw books and highlight the other objects for you to learn how to draw. So I suppose that you learn how to do or how to draw all other objects. So today we will learn how to move, rotate and scale any object on the scene. So firstly I will start by drawing some simple object and then I will try to move each one of them to make the scene that I like. So I will start by plan as my ground. So usually I start drawing from the top view. So I will right click to activate the top view, then hit Alt W to maximize the this view, and then click and drag to draw the plan, simple plan. Then right click to finish drawing the plan, then Alt W again. This is my ground. On the ground I want to draw simple box, so click and drag to draw the length and width, then the height. Right click, sphere, this is sphere, we need just the radius. The other part of the radius, the sphere is under the ground, the plan, so don't worry, it's a sphere. Right click, then cylinder, click and drag for the radius, then the height of the cylinder, then let's take the teapot. Okay, just click and drag, it's required only a radius. So right click, now we have let's say four different shapes, and I will try to move as I told you, learn how to move, then rotate, then scale each one of these objects to do or to make the scene that I want to do. So let's say I want to move this teapot and put it on top of the box, and then let's say I want to move this sphere and put it on top on the cylinder. So the first thing I'll start with is learn how to move an object. So to move an object we should go to the main toolbar, and from the main toolbar we can see three different buttons. The first one is for the move, the second one for the rotating, and the third one is for scaling. We'll start with the moving an object. So if I click the button, we will see or we will notice how the gizmo changed, and I can see now gizmo for the X, Y and Z. And if I just put the mouse on top of each one of these direction, the gizmo will be activated. It's obvious from the color, it's changed to be yellow. If I put the mouse on the Z direction, then the Z direction will be yellow. If I put it on the X, it will be yellow. So if I put it on the Y, if I want to move it from this direction, in Y direction, the only thing I need is to put the mouse on the Y direction and then click and drag, and the teapot will start moving. So it's very simple, very easy. So let's do my scene. I want to put the teapot on top of the box. So the best place, or the most proficient way to move an object is not moving it from the perspective view. It's better, it's very good, it's better to use the other views, because these views give you a very good perspective. You can see the object properly. So firstly, for the teapot, firstly I will start from the top view. From the top view, Alt W, I will move it in the Y direction to ensure that this teapot on the center of the box. Then it's required a little bit in the X direction to the right. Then Alt W again. Then I have, you will see from the perspective view that the teapot became inside the box, so I need to give it some height. So the basic place to move it in the Z direction is from the left or from the front view. So I will go to the front view, right click, activate it, Alt W, and then simply just move it to the up. So I finished my first job to me. You can see now the teapot on top of the box. I will do it again for the cylinder. Firstly I'll go from the top view, click on the cylinder just to activate the gizmo, move it for the X direction, then a little bit for the Y. By the way, if I click on the X direction, the sphere will move in the left or right. If I click on the Y direction, the sphere will move up or down of the screen, I mean. But if I click on this corner, if you can see, if I click on this corner, both of the direction will be activated. So if I click here, or I put my mouse here and I click, then I will be able to move the sphere or any object in 2 dimensions at the same time. So simply I can put my mouse on this corner and then click and drag the sphere to the right place, and let's say this is fine. Alt W, I will go then from the front view, zoom out, go to the sphere, zoom in, and I just need a little bit to the top. So go back to the perspective view to see it's in 3D and it's finished. I finished my job. So I learned how to move an object from the move bottom. Then the next thing is how to rotate. Let's say I want to rotate this teapot. So to rotate it, I have to go to the rotate button. From the rotate, you will see that the gizmo give different shape than the move. So in the rotation, it's give you a rotational gizmo. So in the same way, you can just click on any direction and just click and move. Then you will see that your object starts rotating in that direction. And simply this is X, Y, and Z. If you see on the screen in yellow, this is X, Y, and Z. So now I'm rotating in Z direction by 70 or minus 70 degrees. So let's say this is fine. I can rotate it in Y or X or in the Y direction. So to rotate any object, simply you have to select the rotational button and then start rotate in the appropriate direction. If I want to rotate the box, just click on the box, the gizmo will move to the box and then simply start rotating. As I told you, it's better to rotate from these 3 viewports for the box. Let's say I want to rotate it in Z direction by, let's say, 30 degrees. So let's say okay, this is fine. So simply by hitting on the rotation, you can rotate any object. So the last one is how to scale an object. So you can scale any object by hitting the scale button. If you hit the scale button, you will notice that the gizmo change to another different shape. So this shape is for scaling. So now you can scale your object. Like if I click on the Teapot, I can scale it in X direction, or in Y direction, or in Z direction, or even I can scale it in 2 directions at the same time. Okay, only for scaling I can scale for 3 directions at the same time. I can scale the box in the same way in X direction, Y direction, Z direction, or 2 direction, or even 3 directions. It's the same thing for the sphere or the cylinder. Let's say for a cylinder I can make it like an ellipse, or make it like a coin, or some, I don't know, it's nice shape. So to make a movement or rotation or scale, you have to hit one of these 3 buttons, or simply you can click on the keyboard on W for moving, E for rotating, R for scaling. So it's WER. This is the shortcut. The final thing I want you to learn is, let's say I want to scale this teapot, and I want to scale it in the X direction. So now I click the left button of the mouse and drag, and at this point, if I let go the left click, the scale will be the object will be scaled. But if I want to cancel the scale at this moment, so I have to beside click the left click, I have to click the right click at the same time. So now I am clicking on the left click. So to cancel this scaling, I have to click on the right at the same time, the right click of the mouse at the same time. So by just clicking the right click, it means this function is cancelled. I will do it one more time. This cylinder, let's say I am I want to move it in some place. I hit on the Y, I move it in this direction, and I found myself did something wrong. So to bring it back to its origin, beside I clicking the left click, I have to click on the right at the same time. So if I just hit the right click, this movement will be cancelled. Okay, so I hope you understand this this function. The right click is very important. You can cancel any instant movement or increasing or decreasing with any number. Like if I increase the Y direction from here, I can just right click, it will be cancelled. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this lesson. If you like it, please give some feedback and subscribe to my channel. Thank you, and see you soon.